Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest match in the arena of public opinion, where Martina Navratilova is serving up controversy faster than her famous aces. Accused of transphobia, she's volleying through a debate that has everyone talking. While some call fault, others applaud her for defending the integrity of women's sports. But let's get to the heart of the matter. Should women compete only against women or risk being dominated by male bodied athletes? This isn't just a game, it's a serious discussion about fairness and the future of women's sports. Hello, everybody. This is William del Pilar, and this is a Points on the Board clip. As you obviously have come to realize, I am going to be talking about Martina Navratilova. She's been called transphobic by leftist tennis reporter Ben Rothenberg. Let me show you the two combatants here. There you have it. Senorita Martina, who's aged very gracefully. Ben, well, some of us weren't born with the handsome looks I have, but they are battling it out. And he called her transphobic. You know, Martina was featured on the Our Bodies, Our Sports Take Back Title 9 bus, promoting her position on maintaining traditional transgender categories in sports. I had to think 1X, it's 9. Now, Rothenberg's criticism is her involvement in this crusade. He's accusing her of being an anti-trans crusade and spreading transphobic vitriol. You know, Rothenberg is a leftist who's written for the New York Times, Slate, USA Today, Washington Post, and again, he called her or is trying to label her transphobic, and he's doing this to bully her, to get her to stop. That's his only goal. He is doing it for his leftist masters at those organizations. You know, they do not want anybody challenging them. And when somebody like Martina does, that's a big blow because she's a well respected woman who dominated her game. And just for the record, it was Billie Jean King, then Chrissy Evert in terms of dominance, and then Martina came on the scene when and her and Chrissy Evert had a great rivalry. It was great for the first couple of years, and then Martina just started dominating and was unbeatable. She was like a machine out there. She paved the way for the next great player, Steffi Graf, that dominated, and then after Steffi Graf, there was a bit of a gap. And then the Williams sisters came in and began dominating the scene. Now, Venus has been long gone in terms of dominance, and Serena is winding down her career. So we don't know who will be the next great tennis player. But it's funny. Every generation, that's the greatest player of them all, you know. There's going to be somebody else who dominates, and you'll see the greatest players, the younger generations putting their version up there. This generation will always put the Williams sisters up there ahead of everybody else. Martinez will put theirs along with the Williams sisters, and that's how it goes. But anyway, just to tell you who Martina is, she changed the game. In fact, she once said if her and Michael Jordan had a baby, it'd be like this monstrous athletic being, and I always believe that. So her stance is she believes biological men shouldn't compete in women's sports. And she's responded strongly to Rothenberg's accusations, and her stance is very similar to J.K. Rowling's in the UK. J.K. Rowling's is both of these women are hardcore leftists. You know, Martina supports Biden. J.K. Rowling supports the Labor Party, which is a leftist party, and she hates Trump. Martina does. She supports Biden's idiotic policies, but we can agree to disagree. I mean, I'll take that battle any day, ensuring the economy what it was under Trump and the economy what it's been under Biden. And that's how I look at it. I'm Latino. I can sit there and just destroy her on that alone. You know, so The reason she's like J.K. Rowling, it's about safety in female sports. You have men competing. I mean, they're dominating swimming, they're dominating everything they're in, but there's safety now. They want to box, they want to do jiu-jitsu, MMA, judo. They want to do these physical sports where they will destroy these women. Two boxers have just been approved, male boxers to compete against women. Figure out the odds of who's going to wind up battling for the gold in those categories. You know, J.K. Rowling looks at it from a man claiming to be a woman. They're going to be allowed in the rape shelters, in the prisons. And here in the States, they've already had men claiming to be women going to prison and raping women. See, the mainstream media doesn't tell you that, you know. But regardless of her leftism, her views on transgenderism as an attack by men claiming to be women infiltrating and taking over women's sports. And we have to support her. We have to support these female athletes who are brave enough to come out and defend women's sports. You'd be shocked that it's in the minority because it's easier to jump on the bandwagon and be, oh, you're so good, you're so good. No, her stance is one of bravery. Now, off the record, she's accused Rothenberg of taking comments off the record and printing them. Now, he denies that, but we've seen that in politics. When somebody says it's off the record, in the day, the journalist would or reporter would honor that and not report on that. Well, that changed with leftists after the 2000 election. Leftists, you can't trust them. They will take it off the record. So I believe Martina. I don't believe Rothenberg. He can deny all he wants, just like Trump being at the Black Journalist Convention today when the ABC News reporter said Kamala's claimed to be black her whole life. That's absolutely not true. There's just too much video, too many articles, and all it talked about was her being Indian and entering the U.S. Senate as an Indian. Not until she hit the national stage and started looking at becoming president did she start claiming to be black. And she's been caught in lies. It was an MLK story. She got caught in putting it in her own words, and they busted her. So you cannot trust a reporter. The practice of printing off the record comments is criticized as the lowest form of journalism, and it is. But the left, they defend it as being for the greater good. It's not true. Regardless, we need to support Martina Navratilova in her battle to defend women in sports as much as we need to support J.K. Rowling in her battle to defend women's rights over in the UK. I am William del Pilar. This is a Points on the Board clip. Do not forget, before I let you go, you can find this clip and others like it, as well as our podcast at grumblingsmedia.com. On our social media platforms under the handle Grumblings Media. That is YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, Pandora, and Apple. Until next time, I bid you adieu.
Hey everybody, this is Big John from Grumblings Media, and I just want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our efforts here at Grumblings Media, just smash the subscribe button right here, totally free, or just go ahead and consume more of our great content. Click either one of these two boxes.